Good morning everyone. I am Ayush Asit Kumar Jha. I am studying in Standard 10th Shri M.D. Dedia English High School. Today, on the auspicious occasion of Savitribai Phule Jayanti, I would like to deliver a speech on the topic Importance of Women Education and Savitribai Phule. Savitribai Phule, the social reformer who is considered to be one of India's first modern feminists, was born on January 3, 1831. Among her accomplishments, she is especially remembered for being India's first female teacher who worked for the upliftment of women and untouchables in the field of education and literacy. So now comes the question, who was Savitribai Phule? Savitribai Phule was born in Naigaon, Maharashtra in 1831 and married activist and social reformer Jyotirao Phule when she was just 9 years old. After marriage, with her husband's support, Phule learned to read and write, and both of them eventually went on to found India's first school for girls called Bhidewada in Pune in 1948. Before this, she started a school with Jyotirao's cousin Saganbai in Maharwada in 1847. Since at that time the idea of teaching girls was considered to be a radical one, people would often throw dung and stones at her as she made her way to the school. Significantly, it was not easy for the Phules to advocate for the education of women and the untouchables, since in Maharashtra a nationalist discourse was playing out between 1881 and 1920, led by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. These nationalists, including Tilak, opposed the setting up of schools for girls and non-Brahmins, citing loss of nationality. Essentially, both Jyotirao and Savitribai Phule recognized that education was one of the central planks through which women and the depressed classes could become empowered and hoped to stand on an equal footing with the rest of the society. In his essay written for the Savitribai Phule First Memorial Lecture, Hari Narke has written, in the social and educational history of India, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and his wife Savitribai Phule stand out as an extraordinary couple. They were engaged in a passionate struggle to build a movement for equality between men and women and for social justice. The Phules also started the literacy mission in India between 1854 and 1855. According to Narke, the Phules started the Satya Shodhak Samaj, Society for Truth Seeking, through which they wanted to initiate the practice of Satya Shodhak marriage, in which no dowry was taken. Because of the role Phule played in the field of women's education, she is also considered to be one of the crusaders of gender justice, as one paper published in the International Journal of Innovative Social Science and Humanities Research has said. The paper also credits Phule as being one of the first published women in modern India who was able to develop a voice and agency of her own at a time when women were suppressed and lived a subhuman existence. Even though her poems, which were written in Marathi, she advocated values such as humanism, liberty, equality, brotherhood, rationalism, and the importance of education, among others. In her poem titled Go, Get Education, she wrote, be self reliant, be industrious, work, gather wisdom and riches. All gets lost without knowledge. We become animal without wisdom. Sit idle no more, go get education. End misery of the oppressed and forsaken. You have got a golden chance to learn. So learn and break the chains of caste. Throw away the Brahmin scriptures past. Sit idle no more, go get education. Her books of poems Kavya Phule and Bhavan Kashi Subodh Ratnakar were published in 1934 and 1982 respectively. Education is very necessary for every child, whether boy or girl. It helps a person study new things with skill and learn about the facts of the world. Education plays an important role in the protection of women's rights. It also helps to prevent discrimination based on gender. Education increases productivity in their work. An educated woman has skills, information, talent, and self confidence that make her a better mother, employee, and resident of the country. Women constitute almost half of our population. Men and women are like two aspects of a coin. Thus, they need equal opportunities to contribute to the development of the country. Both cannot survive without each other. It is depressing that some communities still differentiate against the education of the girl child. Education is the key factor for girls' empowerment, prosperity, development, and welfare. There are continuous inequality and liability of girls in all sectors: economic, education, social, political, health, care, nutrition, right and legal, etc. The rise of girls' education was mainly done by King Ram Mohan Roy and Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar during British rule in India. He paid attention to the education of women. Some leaders of the scheduled caste community like Jyotiba Phule and Baba Sahib Ambedkar had initiated many initiatives to provide education to the women of India. At the same time, as a result, the female literacy rate has increased since 1947. Many factors are responsible for less education of women in the society, like poverty, distance, insecurity, negative behaviors, child marriage, child labor, religious factors, etc. In developing countries, poverty is one of the major problems. Though education is free, the cost of sending children to school is very high. It includes school uniforms, books, etc., which is very high for families living below the poverty line. Even if they cannot afford a daily meal, educational expenditure is very distant. This is the reason parents like to keep their daughters at home. In the Indian society, cases of child marriage are still present. A girl is forced to marry early and is often taken out of school at a very young age. People taken out of school generally think that girls learn only domestic tasks. His contribution to household chores is more valuable than his education. In this way, they give all the time to the family and no time to educate themselves. But the educated wife will reduce the burden of her husbands by sharing a job. The educated wife will educate her children about their rights and moral values. I would like to conclude by saying that parents need to educate the girls about the qualities and benefits of education. Girls' education is essential for the future of the country because women are the first teachers of the children. An educated woman cannot contribute towards the family and fail to take the care of children. This is not only the responsibility of the government but also the responsibility of the people around us. The best part is that our Prime Minister has made a very good initiative for the education of girls through the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign in the villages. For the development of our country, we need to educate all the girls because it is a fact that girls have achieved more success than boys in less time. Thank you.